Officials in Minneapolis are speaking out after ICE agents shot and killed another person in the city. That is the second fatal shooting there involving ICE in less than a month.
We have seen these kinds of operations in other places, in other countries, but not here in America. Not in a way where a great American city is being invaded by its own federal government.
Alex Pretti was the man shot and killed by ICE agents. He was 37 years old, a U.S. citizen, and an ICU nurse. The Department of Homeland Security says Pretti was carrying a weapon and posed a direct and violent threat to officers. But local officials and witnesses in Minneapolis dispute that claim. Officials also say Pretti was a legal gun owner with a permit to carry. Witnesses say Pretti had been trying to help a woman who had been pepper sprayed and that he didn't resist or reach for a gun. And certainly you can see videos of all of this, too, online. Joining me now is Aisha Chughtai. She's a Minneapolis City Council member. Nice to see you this morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me, Rosemary.
Yeah, really appreciate you being here because obviously we're watching these events happen in a state that is close to us. You were on the ground after this incident happened yesterday. Can you tell me what you saw and what it felt like to be there?
Yeah. Yesterday, ICE shot and killed one of my neighbors just a few blocks away from my home. When I arrived on the scene, as Alex was being put in an ambulance and taken away, I saw hundreds of ICE and Border Patrol agents swarm my neighborhood and very quickly begin indiscriminately harassing and hurting the community members that had gathered to mourn, to bear witness, to figure out what was going on, and then begin to indiscriminately deploy chemical irritants into one of the most densely populated neighborhoods in Minneapolis, into one of the youngest neighborhoods in the Twin Cities. And I think it was a really devastating and heartbreaking and angering sight as a resident of this community to witness.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't realize that this happened right in your community. So my condolences to you. Did you know Alex, or did you just see him around the neighborhood, or?
I didn't know Alex, but I could only be so lucky to have a neighbor like Alex who was willing to stand up for me, for other families. Alex, till his last moments in life, did the same thing that he dedicated his life to taking care of people, to helping them in their moments of great need, and to protecting his neighbors from harm. We could all only hope to have a neighbor like Alex.
So what do you think is going to happen next? I mean, we are now in the same position as we were just a couple weeks ago after Renee Good was shot. Perhaps even worse because tensions are so high. The governor has asked for ICE to leave. The mayor, who I'm sure you do know, has asked ICE to leave. What do you think is going to happen here? Because it does seem to be getting worse, not just because of this other killing, but because of the protests and the way the administration, the Trump administration, seems quite dug in terms of making a point around immigration.
Well, I want to just push back on any insinuation that it's the protests that are happening here in response to the reign of terror, the brutalization, the occupation of Minnesota right now, that in any way is contributing to escalation in this community. Yeah, there's only one escalatory factor here, and it is the murderers and child kidnappers that we know as federal agents that are occupying our city. What I know for a fact will happen in the days and weeks that unfold here is Minnesotans will continue to stand up for each other. We will continue to make sure that when a mass stranger with a gun shows up to kidnap our neighbor's child or our own child, that we do every single thing we can to stop an abduction from happening, to keep a family together.
What are you hearing from people in the neighborhood? Like how real is the anxiety and the fear right now that either they will be taken or that something like this will happen again?
Yeah, it's really difficult actually to put into words and I really appreciate you asking about it. It's hard to quantify how terrifying it must feel for families that, can't leave their homes right now, and are risking their lives, really risking their lives to go to work so they don't get evicted from their home. The amount of fear it's palpable. And then in the broader community, I would also say, the amount of anger and heartbreak and grief is so large. And at the same time, I see more people every single day stepping up and saying, what else can I do to help my immigrant neighbors? What else can I do to make sure that I'm doing my part to get ICE out of Minnesota?
I just have about 30 seconds, but what are you going to do today? What is your plan today to get out there or do anything in response to it?
I'm going to be out in my community, and I'm going to continue to make sure that anytime I see federal agents showing up, that I'm outside, I'm bearing witness, I'm legally observing, and I'm helping protect my neighbors.
Aisha Chughtai, I know it's a difficult time for your city right now. Really appreciate you speaking with me this morning.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Nice to meet you. We'll take a short break here.